The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and the utter sex pig Will Ospreay. You're listening to WrestleSlam Podcast. Take care.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the WrestleSlam Podcast, the only place worthy for your news, reviews, booze, and
water.
New OTT champion Session Martina. Rocket, baby, rocket more. Guys, we were at it last night in Dublin, in Tara, the only place where you could have it. And this was just an outstanding presentation of the caliber of OTT. I can't say enough good things about it. We're buzzing. We were up half the night. He drove up and he drove back down. I napped on the way back, but I was with him in spirit. And it was just a treat for the eyes, the ears. My heart rate was through the roof, but so enjoyable. And to get that buzz of live crowds at wrestling again, roll on the next one. We will have plenty more coming up on that, but congrats, champ. It was well deserved. What a match. Guys, excuse me, moving on from that, we have other news. The artists formerly known as Iconic are going to be debuting as the Inspirations. Guys, what do we think about this?
It was a long time coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Delighted for them. They work so well together, and to see, to see them in something so prestigious is just out of this world. Are you happy for him, Matt?
Delighted for him, yeah. So yeah, it's like what Phil said, it's been a long time coming, so really looking forward to what they're actually going to do then at this stage now.
The main thing is they're going into Impact where they can actually shine and not be oversaturated.
Yep. Strongest women division in wrestling by far.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think they're fab, so it's really, really great to see them. Huge congratulations to Ronda Rousey, who had a baby, and then posted a picture saying, "Oh Jesus, I'm huge," after, and I'm like, "Ronda, stop."
Can you pronounce the name though?
Isn't it something Poe? Isn't it? I didn't want to kind of say it and then get it wrong, but
it's a really bizarre name. I would hate to be a teacher pronouncing it.
I think it's P-O-E, isn't it, Poe?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to be wrong because I know I've been wrong before.
Don't hazard a guess.
14 syllables.
Right.
Sounds
Randa's
like
baby, yeah.
Sounds like 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 syllables.
Lucky Gamma.
Well, look, we've had our fair share. I'll go with whatever Ronda's calling her papa.
You can call it whatever she wants.
Unfortunately, she's going to grow up we'll bump into her in the street and be like, "Oh, what's the crack? You. I definitely know you with your name. How's things? You." So, at that stage.
Yeah.
Definitely for a nickname.
He's a symbol. I'm like, I think Prince had the right idea. Like a squiggle or something. Lads, on the lines of congratulations, Mercedes Martinez won the Knockdown tournament. What do you make of this, Phil?
I was surprised. I thought she'd just come in and be kind of by the number of talent that she just kind of comes and goes every now and again. But it's a good thing. I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah,
definitely. I think it caught everybody off guard and it was quite unexpected. So, we'll take it. Speaking of catching people off guard and unexpected, The Rock has dropped another rap song.
Another?
Yeah.
He had a first one.
Yeah. No, it was no fucking Wyclef Jean. It doesn't matter that he features on. That was the other one, by the way, in case you weren't fans. Mick, is this a step too far in The Rock's global takeover?
Not really. It's the next logical step, if anything. It's gonna go wrestler, movie star, rapper, President of the United States. That's where we're heading.
It has to be, right? That is, that's the normal kind of succession train, isn't it? So,
yeah, that's how everyone becomes president. I'm surprised Will Smith hasn't become president yet.
Oh my God, this is it. Eminem should be rolling up in 2024. But you know what? It doesn't matter because nobody has a chance in 2024. Do you know why? Because Tony D is the president for me. We said it already. On every episode of WrestleSlam. If it kills me, I don't really care, but he's just everything.
Whack it.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say nothing now, but Tony had the word, and I'm like, I'm not getting whacked. No way, mate. Tony, I love you. Guys, final bit of news, and we will then get into it majorly. Next Friday, we're having a bit of a clash of the Titans. Now, I use that term loosely because there's no competition. No, we're there. There's no competition. Pull the other one, because next Friday, Smackdown, due to the conflicting of... All right, like... MLB, fucking second to get my fucking words out. Lad, I had not enough sleep now, so the rants today are going to be just outstanding, not even lying. So anyway, due to MLB scheduling, thank you, dear. Smackdown is going to be on for 2.5 hours, and it is going to go head to head with the first 30 minutes of AEW Rampage.
Oh.
Commercial free, guys. I don't need to up with the stakes of a pissant company when it comes to Friday. Surely, if that doesn't tell me that you're taking that competition seriously, I don't know what does. And we all love it.
The thing about this is Tony Khan is delusional, and I think he definitely is, because he said it's going to beat SmackDown in the ratings.
Yeah, I saw this
30 minutes.
Yeah, but like the last episode of Rampage the other day only got 400 and something thousand. Like the last.
Yeah. Do we think that there's going to be a very strategic placement of matches to combat that 30 minutes?
Oh yeah, sure. SmackDown announced the whole card.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've got Brock.
He'll be closing the show. Like, they're going to close it with Brock Lesnar if AEW open Rampage with Daniel Bryan and Bobby Fish. Like, it's a match. Like, it's nothing. It won't be anything that we're going to talk about for years to come. Just if they open with Daniel Bryan and Bobby Fish. Like, so I don't see why he's facing Bobby Fish. Like, when he's supposed to be there to help the younger talent.
Yeah. I kind of want to say what Phil said, but this can be more positive now. A more positive turn on it now, Phil. Love you too. But I thought it was kind of bold by Tony Khan himself by just like calling out SmackDown. I kind of just thought it was like, he should have just said that, because they're just like begging for like to have a Friday Night War. If that make so. So I don't want to see this as a like, oh, who's gonna win, Rampage or SmackDown? It's just I kind of just want to see it's just a average wrestling show, not forcing anything on us. That like so SmackDown is going an extra hour. I think if they are going to try way too hard with extra matches, like extra huge matches, then that's kind of saying something against this his head company, Triple H once said. So
yeah, I'd say it's only half an hour, so I think they're probably going to build up the whole night with like, Brock Lesnar is here, and just try and steal that last 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm kind of here for Tony Khan, like calling them out and calling the shots on Twitter. I know now you think he's delusional, Phil, and he may be, but you know what? So was Thomas Edison, according to all of these people. Delusional. 9,999 failed attempts. And that number 9,999 was an explosion, which he looked at. That was the 9,999th time that he didn't fail. He just found a different way, had to try a different approach. And that explosion helped the creation of many, many more things. So I'm all here for the pitting against each other.
Dynamite thing or boom?
I'm so glad you got my reference, like, explosion. Thanks, stuff. Anyway.
Right, everyone calm the feck down. All right, let's get back on topic.
Tony is fishing.
Matt.
Tony's fishing.
It is not a bear you want to poke this morning. So we'll get back on track. So SmackDown, guys, we might as well fly straight into it since we're bitching about it. I mean, chatting. We had a contract signing or, a confirmation of an event for Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Okay, so yeah, good show for everybody. I'm dying to see who's going to kind of like agree with me on this, but let's see what everybody thinks. Darling, what do you think of contract signing?
They always end up with somebody going through a table or something always happens at them. You knew it was going to come.
Yeah.
It was good for Bianca. They lifted both of the girls up and then they eventually put Becky on top of through Sasha and through the table. But you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Are they overdone and did they have meaning anymore? they don't have the same meaning for me anymore since The Undertaker stabbed Brock with a pen or Ronda put Triple H through the table. Do you know what I mean? I took that seriously, but now I feel like, somebody farts and we have to get everybody quick because if we don't sign a contract, we've no build-up. And I'm like, just let it happen naturally. Am I alone?
Actually, in saying that, I saw a good one recently with Walter and Idia. I thought that was quite good.
But like, how often do you see them on NXT UK? In every single, kind of main event caliber match, everything has, but it's just overdone. And I'm just like, I feel like I only just watched Becky and Bianca sign the contract. I feel like I only just watched that, and we're here again. I just feel like it's overdone. The magic's gone for us.
I personally, make sorry this, but I personally blame one fella that actually ruined contract for me. But I was kind of thankful. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. CM Punk said a while back when he feuded against John Cena in a contract signing, CM Punk just grabbed the microphone and was like, wait, why are we doing this? We all know that's official. We all know we're actually going to be facing each other at SummerSlam, I believe. What's the point of having this contract?
Yeah.
And nobody says anything. I saw this, I was like, wait, it's already official. What's the point of this contract then? This contract signing. So
it's like the equivalent of a weigh-in, but it's just like, it's like weighing every day when you're on a diet. It's just overkill.
Do you reckon?
I nearly prefer to weigh in.
Right? Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just like a face-off or something.
Yeah.
We don't
like
have
to. The issue I have with contract signings, right, is like if we're having contract signings for like Brock and the Undertaker, why don't we have one for like the Bellas when whoever they're fighting? Like, I just don't understand why certain matches get contracts and other ones don't. Like,
This is it, like.
I don't know. I just think it's a bit weird anyway. Like, I just don't understand.
The WrestleMania main event, it's a different story.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like the official handing over of the Money in the Bank contract. Do you know what I mean? You're signing that to say you accept the terms.
In terms of kayfabe, why is it different? Like to say the first match
the WrestleMania match,
you know what I mean?
The most important match of the year, surely.
Yeah.
Just give it some clout. Just give it some clout. You know what I mean? Instead of, as you say, right, okay, which match do we think is going to draw the biggest, and we're going to sign a contract, and then someone else comes and blows them out the water.
There's an easy solution: put it on YouTube. Don't bother wasting TV time with it.
Or you could just not do it at all. That'd be my suggestion.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, I just think it's lost clout or punch. I'm glad I'm not alone in that.
I can see us just doing the WWE doing the contract, but like what Phil and Mick says, kind of is like brokenly, only for big massive events like WrestleMania, for example. But like Phil says, the main event of WrestleMania is like the biggest match of the year, so maybe have a contract for that. A legit contract.
It would mean
contracts on every month for like.
What would be legit about it?
It's not like it's not going to happen. You're going to you're going to get paid $500,000 to main event WrestleMania. I'm not signing that.
They don't need a contract for main event the WrestleMania either, because if you win the Royal Rumble, you're guaranteed.
You're guaranteed. So it's a very 6 of one, half a dozen the other thing. Look, come here, we could debate it for hours, but we still have hours of content to get through. So Matt, let's keep it on point. Joking.
I do. I'm just making a point. I'm the victim now.
It's all right. The victim with a short-term memory. So King of the Ring quarterfinals have started. Matt, King of the Ring qualifiers have started. We had Rey Mysterio and Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn went over. Okay. Now, I'm all fine with this, but for Christ's sake, just do the turn already. I'm done with it. It's too much. I'm just like, stop dragging the back bollocks forward out of this. Somebody turn fast. One of you. I don't care what family breaks up, just something fucking happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully when they go over to Raw, we're going to get something because it's just been dragged out. Now, that's all fine with Sami Zayn moving forward. Okay. But the other match, Cesaro and Finn Balor, am I the only enough the opinion that these two quarterfinal matches were booked arseways?
Yeah.
Why would you have Cesaro and Finn Balor in the quarterfinal? Why are you not having Sami versus Balor and then having Rey versus Cesaro? The ones that we want to win are going to win, and they face each other in the semi-final to make it fucking mean something.
And what's even worse about that is Sami can't even go to Saudi, so he's going to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the... I just sometimes you feel like you're being treated like you're as thick as a fucking brick. It's so frustrating. Do you know what I mean? And it's just booked fucking arseways. Like, poor Cesaro, my heart bleeds for that man, and again, who do you cheer for? You know what I mean? It should be fucking daylight obvious to us who we are supporting in a match, and it's fucking well not. You're pitting the likes of them against each other. Can we give the match a bit of clout and the appreciation it deserves by just moving it a little bit further along in the schedule? It's just, that's just my opinion on it. Regardless of that, did you all enjoy the matches?
You know, the Rey
Yeah,
match
very much
wasn't
so.
bad at all. Rey Mysterio match wasn't bad at all. It was very good.
No, Christ almighty. Like, I mean, Ray must be nearly 200 and he's still flying around the place like a monkey just out of birth. It's crazy, like unbelievable, you know, and it's so great to see. Don't get me wrong, it is. But
my only worry about this whole thing is the Eddie Guerrero anniversary is coming up. I don't want that nonsense in this.
I'm worried they're going to make a mockery of it or something, or just be a little bit,
like the 13th of November is very, very quickly around the corner.
It is, and look, come here, let's see what happens.
Like, I don't want
worried about it.
You're not my dad nonsense.
Oh god.
Oh my god, I know, and then they're just gonna fucking I know.
No.
And you know what the thing is, if they were gonna do it, like, I mean, obviously we'd all be well against it, but that could be done very tastefully if they had split them 4 years ago when they should have done the turn, and then they came back together as a family unit towards the anniversary, and just make it some kind of a feel-good moment, because we have all of these feel-good moments on AEW and we've nothing on the other side. So they could have done something along those lines, but everything is so slow to pull the fucking trigger, build it up, and then just fucking forget it because we can't be arsed no more. Rant over.
But if they do it, it'll happen on Raw, and nobody fucking watches Raw, so nobody's going to see it anyway. So.
Well, this is the thing. They look at it like, sure, that's not our biggest audience, and nobody will notice. Lads, when you slip going down a packed fucking street, everybody know. Oh, somebody slipped at OTT last night, and I couldn't stop laughing for 10 minutes. He slipped and nearly face planted into the wall, and I drank my tears. And if I think about it now, I'll do it again. So it's not like nobody notices, and over 1 million people aren't going to notice. They are. You know, so just a little bit of tact, a little bit of care.
Anyway,
yeah. Oh God, I just said rant over. Guess what? It's fucking not. So then we had the Queen of the Ring.
Just before we start this thing here.
Fucking whatever.
Just before we start about it, you know, Shayna Baszler. Is she allowed to go to Saudi because she's like LGBTQ?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That could be something that is going to stop it. To be honest with you, I can see Carmella or Zelina winning it, because I think that it needs a heel queen. I do. I think that they'll play up the character of it more, but that could be very possible, Phil, the same way like Sami Zayn going to step foot in it, you know. And as well, like, I'm dying to see how they're going to fit Mansoor and Ali into this, because Mansoor is yet to lose in Saudi Arabia. And he's yet to not be on the card in Saudi Arabia. So, there's quite a few. I'm not really sure, Phil. It would be a shame, but there's probably a good chance.
You'll have a tag match against Garza and Humberto.
Yeah, or like a number one contender match for some tag team title or something. That, you know, there'll have to be a home crowd popping to finish up where everything's really happy. Zelina Vega went over on Toni Storm in 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Yeah, that was shocking. Yeah.
That is fucking disrespectful. And as a woman, I'm not being funny, lads, it's actually painful to watch, and it's so upsetting. It's just taken such a nasty downturn, their view of the women's division, how they're treating it, and it's just so upsetting to see as a female fan. I'm a fan regardless of sex, nature, orientation, I don't really care. But as a woman, that upsets me fucking greatly, like, especially the caliber of what's in the ring.
It's like someone went to bat for someone and they said, "Fuck you, so we're doing this."
Yeah, that's it. Now, Liv and Carmella got 2 minutes and a half, but all of Liv's push is gone, and it's hard to care about what they're doing with her. It's devastating.
I've said before, Liv is going to end up on main event on Raw, so
I think so too. What do you think of it, guys, Matt?
Everything about Liv Morgan is kind of gone down the drain. I was pulling for her to win Queen of the Ring because we said before we were hoping to have like an underdog story for her, like all till Mania, so she could win like the women's championship. But because that, I feel like WWE doesn't know what to do with her at the moment, especially with that shocking at the end of the match. I can't see her going far. like what Phil said, if she goes to main event, that says it all. Nail in the coffin right there now. So
Yeah.
I hope that she's going to bounce back in some way after it, but I can't see where they're going to go with her at the moment, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's actually upsetting, to be honest with you. I could actually cry right now about it. It's so upsetting to see. It's just devastating. Mick, opinion, what's going on with the women's division overall in WWE? Not particular to a show, but surely something's taken a wrong turn somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how the women's division is being booked now in comparison, let's say maybe 2 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, it's night and day. I think there's definitely been a shift in focus as what they want to lend more time to on the actual shows themselves, which is very disappointing. Like, because like for a good while there, WWE, you could knock them any way you wanted to, but one thing you could always say about them for a period of time anyway was they had a really strong women's division that was booked well.
Yeah.
And now that's gone as well, so and and because WWE don't care about the women's division anymore, as a result, neither do I. Like, I don't care about a 1.5-minute match, I don't care about Liv Morgan anymore, because they're not giving me any reason to, So, and like, that's probably, maybe it's a bit of a shit thing to say, like, but they're conditioning conditioning us to be like that,
Yeah, they're controlling the narrative the wrong way,
Exactly.
know your bad man.
Back to when we used to go for a bathroom break during pay-per-views.
Exactly, yeah, and it's very disappointing, man, because they do have probably one of the most talented women's rosters in the world right now, and so it's just very disappointing, man. They have so much talent in those divisions, and they're just not being used at all. If it keeps going this way, I think you'll see a mass exodus of women's wrestlers from WWE in the near future, which will more likely be to AEW's gain, because they would probably do a lot more with those wrestlers, and let's face it, they need those names as well.
The thing is, I absolutely love Charlotte, but she can't be on top all the time.
Oh yeah, she can.
She needs competition. Don't start Mick. Don't start Mick off with the big Charlotte standing head on him.
Give her the belts. Give her all the belts.
All of them. King of the wing. King of the wing. King of the wing.
Hashtag King of the Wing.
Chicken wing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. From that, moving on to something a little bit more positive.
King of the Ring.
Bloodline promo, guys. I mean, I can't help, but I can't get enough of crawling, sniveling, conniving, bitching, plotting, two-faced Paul Heyman. He's everything I aspire to be and more. He sets such an example for me. He really does. And I like that they're keeping our interest as to how is this going to go. Like, whose side this is cheering from. It's so cool. Love you invested in this.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right?
It's way more evident than a heel Brock versus face Roman any day of the week. And if rumors are true, it's going to go on. They could lead it on to WrestleMania. They're going to drag it out. Whether Brock disappears for a few months, I can't see him winning the title straight away. Who knows? Maybe a screw finish, or maybe Heyman will fake turn on Roman, make it look like he's siding with Brock, and then something will happen.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be shenanigans, isn't there? But I can't wait to see it. I really can't. And I think it's something that we could maybe drag out that long if it's done well, So, but yeah, super happy with how this is going. That kind of in a nutshell was Smackdown. There's obviously massive preparation going into the card for the Crown Jewel, which is, good for them. Let's see where it goes. Hopefully it's an enjoyable event compared to others for entertainment reasons more than anything, shall we say, and let's hope that they all get out of there on a plane together. So the highlight of the whole evening, I think, though, for many, is that hopefully Edge and Rollins will finally be settled inside Hell in a Cell. Tell me, Mick, is this Seth Rollins' opportunity to redeem himself after previous Hell in a Cell matches?
Oh, who cares, man? Who fucking cares? Like, I haven't cared about Seth Rollins in a couple of years now. Like, the most interesting thing about him is his fashion sense. With regards to another match with Edge, I don't need to see another match with Edge. I really don't. Like, I feel like this feud has been beaten to the ground at this point. I have no desire to see any Hell in a Cell matches in general anymore. Like, I think, because There happens so often now, like where I think it's at a point now where they struggle to do anything inventive with them at this point, you know. So I just feel like any Hell in a Cell match you're going to see on that pay-per-view is just going to be a rehash of something we've seen before. I mean, Edge would probably go over, probably. They're both on Raw now as well, aren't they? Yeah. So you know,
why can't they start something with AJ Styles costing the match?
I mean, that would be cool, like, but
yeah,
that'd be cool, like, you know. But I'd say, I don't know, man. Like, I think they need to do something final with the match, like, so it's done and dusted. We don't need to talk about Edge and Seth Rollins anymore. Like, I'd say Edge would probably go over, and hopefully that'll be the end of them together then on. Even though they're going to be back on the same show, but hopefully that's the end of the feud, and they can both go on to something else.
Yeah.
I think Seth is going over.
I do too, and I think Edge is going to disappear with another injury for another.
Edge will be gone until Royal Rumble, and Seth will be put into the title feud to get Big E over. Like,
it's a good call.
Yeah, maybe.
Personally, I'm kind of done with the storyline myself, to be honest. With Seth and Edge, I think I was just done when I just saw Seth going into Edge's home, not even making a mess. He just like casually just walked in. I thought, oh God, what's gonna happen? And he villainously ate something from the fridge, and he just sat on the couch and left. I was like, oh, that is evil. Man. That is evil.
He's the most courteous fucking home invader I've ever seen. Like,
I've been more offended by the fucking Hamburglar. I was like, this is just the lamest house invasion I think I have ever seen in my fucking life. It was just terrible. And he took a picture. But the thing is because it's Edge's real home, they obviously, didn't want to destroy anything. Then don't use his real home. I know you want to make it authentic, but don't use his real home, because nobody who's going to do a home invasion and get inside the head of somebody by going around their personal effects and stealing their personal effects are going to be too upset if you sat in their chairs. Who is he, like Daddy Bear? You know what I mean? It's just not that. It's just weird. And to be honest, it was because I think they kind of knew it was lame, right? So they tried to work on the psychology of it by looking at the daughter's pictures, taking the picture of Betty Phoenix and Edge and taking that away. But that was overdone to compensate what was actually missing, So it just didn't, Matt, it didn't hit the mark for me either.
They missed a chance by having gone to the toilet and leaving the seat up and walking away.
That would have been evil.
That's as rough as it could have got.
Between that now and drinking straight out of the carton, I mean, there's only one way that can be solved, and it's Hell in a Cell. I'm sorry now, because he crossed a line. You know what I mean? He crossed a fucking line,
and he's going to be tied.
Good thing we have a pay-per-view coming up for just in time.
Beth Phoenix will be dressed up as a camera person and attack Seth in the match.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, she's going to pull down the hood, and there she is, and glam slam him. There's definitely. Maybe shenanigans. Look, let's see. You know what I mean? It might be the best Hell in a Cell match we'll ever see, considering the competition it has. But, here's hoping. Guys, careering straight into AEW Rampage. Let's have a little bit of a chat about it. CM Punk and sorry. Do you know that old Irish dad thing where you go, right, lads? I just felt like clap my hands. Fucking Jerry left.
Here we go now. Going about AEW.
That stretch is gone in the evenings.
No.
That's my mom. No. So CM Punk and Daniel Garcia, with CM Punk going over with the Anaconda Vice. Good show for Daniel Garcia, Mick.
Brilliant show for Daniel Garcia, man. He's so good. Like, he's so good and still very, very young. So it's those same for him to get better. It's going to be a great experience for him for getting into the ring with someone of the caliber of CM Punk with that amount of experience. He'll definitely take. I think he'll definitely take a lot away from that match, and hopefully be able to apply it to his future performances. CM Punk's looking better by the week. Still not a fan of the trunks. Don't know why he went back to that, but he's looking a bit more comfortable in the ring week on week, which is great to see. So hopefully he'll get to a point soon where he's going to have outstanding matches with likes of, Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, these kind of guys.
I think they're building up for it, maybe. Do you know that all of these matches are just kind of, again, getting the ring rust off and just showing that he can still go, but also showcasing some amazing talent. So definitely a lovely way to open the show. Phil, this one is lined up for you. Lucha Brothers. Are you enjoying their reign?
I want to say yes, but no, because they're giving these teams that have no hope. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like next week they're fighting a masked team. I don't know who they are.
Yeah. Think they're just feeding them teams to give the impression that they're stronger. I mean, because they're great, you know what I mean? So I don't know if they need as many teams fed to them, or maybe should we be building a feud?
Are they defending the titles next week?
No, the Mexican titles they're defending.
Oh, the Triple
Yeah, the
H.
Triple A's,
yeah.
All against the masked fellas, isn't it?
Yeah,
The unnamed masked team. It's gonna be the Conquistadors, lads. Watch this.
Oh my god. Oh my god, lads, you never know. God. Oh no, what was the colons, the ones who were trying to sell us property in the Caribbean.
Colons. It's colognes, right?
Colognes.
I know that, but I'm just saying that that was the only way I could remember was calling them colons.
I'm going to claim them my colon right now.
My issue with it is that they're going to fight all these teams and then lose the big team. You know.
Well, Lucy, sorry, Phil.
Anyway, on with the show.
It was my way to remember. I was like, oh, it's the colons. And because, you go, colon and all this. And I'm like, well, look, I'm not fucking Puerto Rican. So, yeah, let's hope it's the colons. I lost the train of thought.
I was just going to say, if they, with their team that they're fighting, I don't want to. Well, I don't want to. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to be a case where they fight one big team and then they lose.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And then right from that, there was another squash match for Jade Cargill, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that was a squash, wasn't it?
It was a really, really kind of a quick squash. Look at the emotion. I'm so sad about it. But Jade Cargill, do you think that they're giving her quite a number of squashes to make her look bigger and badder than she maybe actually is just yet, because she's still quite green?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're kind of doing a little bit of like conceal the bags under the eyes a little bit, so look, keep building her, keep working with her. She needs the in-ring experience, but maybe not so many quick squash matches, because she's not just getting to showcase her I suppose her move set, or I suppose maybe build it a little bit more. So maybe they're working on it, but look, she's on my telly again, so all to it. Excuse me. With that then, guys, Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. So Ricky Starks went over with a little help from his friends, shall we say. Of course, we love distractions.
Ooh.
Yeah. So with that, I don't think this made Brian Cage look bad. I think he still kind of it kind of protected him a little bit. He didn't look weak. I don't know how to say that any better. I don't think he looked weak with this match. Yeah. Phil, what about this match?
It was the best thing they could do with it.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. Like,
see Brian Cage in your telly?
The thing with Brian Cage is he's kind of like, he could be so good, but they just don't do stuff with him enough.
Maybe not sure.
Yeah, he'd be a good heavy for someone.
Yeah, he's kind of different to what their niche. Do you know what I mean? They have a lot of different kind of style indie wrestlers and stuff like that, and I just think he obviously fits the profile of the other the competition, but I think that maybe they might be struggling a little bit to see what to do.
Like, he showed he could go. He had a fantastic match with was a Hangman Page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he can go like when the time comes.
Yeah.
He's going to be lost in the shuffle now, though. The problem is if his feud's over with Team Taz, like what's left for him now?
That, and also in Bray Wyatt's going to be debuting soon, so
yeah. That story took a while to come full circle with Team Taz. You know what I mean? This was kind of ended it, but it was kind of like, oh yeah, so it's kind of a little bit lackluster in that sense. Couple of minutes left, guys. Very, very busy week in wrestling. Lots of news going on, lots of different things. Still excited to see what's going on. Still happy to see Tony D on my screen. I will happily be bribed by him any day, whatever he needs. And yeah, it's been great to chat again this week about everything and get a few different opinions. Apologies for all my rants. I just really, really suffer when I have to witness what's going on in the women's division. I really do. And it just upsets me greatly. But then again, colons make me laugh. So I'm the biggest fucking child going. You know what I mean? Stay tuned tomorrow to a WrestleSlam, all social media platforms, because we will have a super competition for an outstanding upcoming live event. So keep your eyes, ears, and devices pinned, because we're going in on something fabulous tomorrow. So from myself being sensational Queen Lizzie, from the other half, Jerry Booker G 5 times, Phil Meltzer, and we're not saying nothing about mixed jersey because, you know, there's stuff going on this week. But Michael Stone, the Michael Stone brand, will someone just give him a chance?
Just one, please, for the love of God.
That's all he needs.
Go on,
Matt,
Joe.
he likes an extreme and hardcore Murphy. Thank you all for joining us this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done it already. What are you doing? Get on it for WrestleSlam. Come follow us on Insta and on Facebook. All of us have our own individual handles as well. We'd love to keep you up to date with all of our news, reviews, and booze, and whoever is next. All of us, guys, have a fabulous weekend. Take care. Bye.
Bye.